In 2002, in the city of Berkeley, United States, social inequality was evident. On the outskirts of the city lives a boy named Ethan. He is only 10 years old, but already faces challenges that many people never encounter in a lifetime. Ethan is thin. His blue eyes reflect the hunger and sadness of a difficult childhood, but also a glimmer of hope that never fades. Ethan lives with his mother, Sarah, in a small rented apartment. Sarah works as a cleaner at a local hospital, but the money barely covers their basic needs. Since Ethan's father left them, life has been a constant struggle. Meals are scarce, and often Ethan goes to school with an empty stomach. He is a smart and dreamy boy, but life's hardships have forced him to grow up too fast. The story takes an exciting turn when on a cold winter day, Ethan walks through the icy streets of the city. He is hungry, the pain in his stomach is almost unbearable, and the snow beneath his feet makes his worn-out shoes feel even more inadequate. As he walks, Ethan comes across something unexpected, a wallet lying in the snow. He picks it up and, upon opening it, sees a large amount of money. Ethan freezes. He knows what this money could mean for him and his mother. They could buy food, pay overdue bills, and even buy a Christmas present, something he has never had. But Ethan also knows that this money belongs to someone. He feels the weight of the decision he needs to make. The boy looks around and sees no one. Cold wind blows, bringing with it temptation. But something inside Ethan makes him hesitate. He finds a card inside the wallet that reveals the owner's identity, Dr. Henry Carter, a respected doctor in the city. Ethan remembers his mother talking about Dr. Carter, how he was always kind to her at the hospital, even when the other doctors ignored her. Ethan feels a mix of emotions, the desperate need to help his mother and the desire to do the right thing. He decides not just take the money. With a heavy but determined heart, Ethan begins to walk towards the hospital where Dr. Carter works, determined to return the wallet. Ethan, with the wallet in hand, faces an emotionally difficult journey as he walks to the hospital. Snow continues to fall, making the journey even more challenging. As he walks, each step feels heavier than the last, not only because of the cold, but also because of the weight of the responsibility he carries. He passes by shops where the windows display toys and winter clothes, things he wishes he could have, but are out of his reach. The temptations are strong, but Ethan stays focused. Upon arriving at the hospital, Ethan feels a mix of relief and fear. The hospital is big and busy, and he doesn't know how to find Dr. Carter. He approaches the reception, but he is ignored for a while as the receptionists are busy with other tasks. Finally, one of them notices him and asks what he needs. When Ethan mentions Dr. Carter's name, she looks at him suspiciously, doubtful of the scruffy boy standing before her. The receptionist, not believing Ethan's story, decides not to help. She tells him to leave and makes it clear that he is not welcome there. However, Ethan does not give up. He sits in a corner of the hospital, waiting for an opportunity to see Dr. Carter. Hours pass, and the hunger begins to bite even more. Ethan starts to doubt his decision. The warmth inside the hospital contrasts with the cold outside, but the emptiness in his stomach is hard to ignore. At that moment, a nurse named Maria, who is leaving after a long shift, notices Ethan. She approaches him and asks if he is okay. Exhausted, Ethan explains his situation. Maria, touched by the boy's sincerity, decides to help him. She takes Ethan to a small break room and offers him a simple meal. While he eats, Maria listens to the story of how he found the wallet and why he is there. Impressed by Ethan's honesty, Maria decides to intervene. She knows Dr. Carter personally and knows he is a man with a good heart. Maria takes Ethan to the doctor's office, and on the way, she tells him about the difficulties she has also faced in life, showing that sometimes doing the right thing takes courage. Finally, they reach Dr. Carter's office. When the doctor sees Ethan and hears his story, he is deeply moved. Dr. Carter cannot believe that someone so young and in such a difficult situation could show such great integrity. He feels tears forming in his eyes as he holds the wallet he thought he had lost forever. Dr. Carter, still holding the wallet, feels a wave of emotion wash over him. He looks at Ethan, a small boy with enormous morals, who could have changed his life with the money he found, but chose the path of honesty. With teary eyes, Carter thanks Ethan from the bottom of his heart. He sits beside the boy, trying to understand what led him to do something so selfless. Ethan, shy and a bit confused by the doctor's reaction, explains that even though they really needed the money, he knew it was wrong to take something that wasn't his. He remembers how his mother always taught him the importance of honesty, even when life seemed unfair. The simplicity and purity of Ethan leave Dr. Carter speechless. In an unexpected gesture, Dr. Carter decides to take Ethan to his home that night. He feels there is more that needs to be done for this boy and his mother. On the way, Dr. Carter and Ethan talk about their lives, creating a bond that quickly strengthens. Ethan, who is usually reserved, starts to open up, talking about his dreams, his struggles, and his desire to one day help his mother live a better life. Let's play a little game with those who only read the comments. They won't understand. Only those who get this far will understand. Comment Coca-Cola in the comments. I'd love to see your comment. And let's continue with the story. When they arrive at Ethan's home, Dr. Carter meets Sarah, Ethan's mother, who is worried about her son being late. When she sees the doctor and hears what happened, Sarah is surprised and moved. She doesn't know how to thank Dr. Carter for his kindness and for recognizing Ethan's honesty. Dr. Carter, touched by the difficult situation they live in, decides he needs to do something to help. As they talk, Dr. Carter reveals that he also had a tough childhood, growing up in a poor neighborhood with a single mother who struggled to support him. He shares how a kind person helped him pursue a career in medicine, which changed his life forever. He believes that meeting Ethan was meant to be, and that it is now his turn to repay the kindness he once received. Carter makes an offer that surprises everyone. He wants to help Ethan and his mother improve their lives. He offers complete medical treatment for Sarah, who has been struggling with health issues, and he decides to cover Ethan's educational expenses so that the boy can have the opportunity to study and follow his dreams. This generous offer, however, comes with its own emotional challenges, especially for Sarah, who has always taken pride in managing on her own. Ethan, on the other hand, begins to feel the weight of the responsibility to live up to the trust that Dr. Carter has placed in him. The offer is a blessing, but it also demands a serious commitment to his future. Ethan feels inspired, but also apprehensive about how to handle this new opportunity. With Dr. Carter's help, Ethan and Sarah's lives begin to change. Sarah starts receiving the necessary medical treatment, and her health gradually improves. She feels a mix of gratitude and discomfort at relying on someone else's help, but realizes this is a unique opportunity to provide a better life for her son. Ethan, meanwhile, starts attending a new school with better conditions and more resources than he has ever had before. He faces new challenges, adapting to a different environment, the need to excel academically, and the internal pressure to justify the trust Dr. Carter has placed in him. Ethan struggles with feelings of inadequacy and fear of failure, but also finds support in Maria, the nurse who has become a friend and mentor to him. Sarah, who has always been independent, goes through a process of personal transformation. She learns to accept help, something she has always been reluctant to do, and begins to realize that she doesn't have to fight alone. Over time, she and Dr. Carter develop a friendship based on mutual respect and admiration. Sarah finds strength in her renewed health and decides to use her experience to help others who are going through difficult times by volunteering at the hospital. Ethan also goes through a journey of growth. He begins to believe more in himself, especially as he starts to excel in his studies. He realizes that with effort and dedication, he can achieve his dreams. Through various situations at school, where his ethics and determination are tested, Ethan stays true to the values his mother taught him. He also starts making friends, something that has always been difficult for him due to the conditions he previously lived in. As Ethan and Sarah's lives improve, they have moments of reflection on everything that has happened. Ethan wonders if he would be where he is if he had made a different decision on that cold winter day. He realizes that honesty and kindness truly have the power to change lives, not just his, but also those around him. Sarah, on the other hand, reflects on the role of fate in their lives. She decides that when she is fully recovered, she will study to become a nursing assistant. inspired by Maria's example and the gratitude she feels for all the opportunities they have received. This decision is difficult, as it requires her to face her own fears and insecurities about returning to study and working in a challenging environment. With the support of Dr. Carter and Maria, Ethan and Sarah manage to overcome the obstacles that arise. Sarah starts taking evening courses while Ethan continues to excel at school. Their relationship grows stronger as they share their daily victories and challenges. Dr. Carter becomes a father figure to Ethan, offering guidance and support when needed. Ethan, now more confident, decides to enter a school essay competition where he writes about his experience and the impact that moment of honesty had on his life. His essay touches many hearts, and he ends up winning the competition, which further boosts his self-esteem and belief in the power of making the right choices. As Ethan and Sarah get closer to achieving their new goals, an unexpected event threatens to derail everything. While volunteering at the hospital, Sarah contracts a severe infection that leaves her hospitalized. Despite receiving proper treatment, her recovery is slow and filled with complications. Seeing his mother weakened, Ethan feels the heavy fear of losing her and starts to question if everything will really turn out okay. The situation becomes more difficult when medical bills begin to pile up, and despite Dr. Carter's help, Ethan finds himself on the brink of despair. He starts missing school to stay by his mother's side in the hospital, and his studies begin to suffer. Ethan, who has always been strong and resilient, starts to buckle under the pressure, feeling powerless in the face of his mother's illness and the uncertainties of the future. Ethan is at a critical point, torn between the need to be strong for his mother and the desire to escape all the pain and responsibility. In a moment of weakness, he finds the letter he wrote for the essay contest and rereads his own words. The memories of how his life changed because of an act of honesty inspire him once again. He realizes that he cannot give up now, especially for his mother, who has always fought so hard for him. Determined to do whatever it takes, Ethan approaches Dr. Carter to ask for help. He shares his worries and fears, and Dr. Carter, moved by Ethan's courage and maturity, assures him that he and his mother are not alone. He promises to do everything possible to help Sarah recover and to continue supporting Ethan in his education. Amid all this tension, an unexpected piece of news arrives. Ethan's essay, which had already won the school competition, was selected for a national contest with a significant cash prize. This news comes at a crucial moment, bringing a glimmer of hope to Ethan and Sarah. The prize could help cover medical expenses and relieve some of the pressure on them. But there's a problem. To receive the prize, Ethan needs to present his essay at an event in the state capital, which means he would need to be away from his mother for a few days. Ethan finds himself in a dilemma, leaving his mother alone at such a critical time or seizing an opportunity that could significantly help both of them. After much reflection and conversations with Dr. Carter and Maria, Ethan decides to attend the event. He knows this is a unique opportunity that could make a big difference in their lives. Sarah, still weak but with the spirit of a courageous mother, supports her son's decision, encouraging him to move forward. Ethan leaves for the capital with a heavy heart, determined to do his best. The trip, presentation, and the nervousness of the event combine into a transformative experience for the boy, who finds himself in front of a large audience, ready to share his story. On stage, Ethan reads his essay with sincerity and emotion that deeply touches everyone present. His story of how a simple choice of honesty changed his life resonates with the audience. He talks about his mother, Dr. Carter, Maria, and how their support was crucial in his journey. As he finishes his presentation, the silence in the room is replaced by a wave of warm applause. Ethan not only wins the contest, but also gains recognition from influential people who are moved by his story. After his emotional victory at the National Essay Contest, Ethan returns to his hometown as a bit of a local celebrity. The story of the boy who returned a doctor's wallet and transformed his life through honesty quickly spreads, bringing positive attention to him and his mother. People in the town begin to offer help in various forms, from financial contributions to emotional support, creating a network of assistance for the family. Prize money, along with the donations, is enough to cover Sarah's medical expenses and ensure that Ethan can continue his studies without financial worries. Sarah, seeing the impact her son's courage and integrity have had, feels deep pride and gratitude. She also begins to recover gradually, and although there is still a long way to go, the outlook is positive. With her health improving, Sarah finally starts the nursing assistant courses, a dream that arose during her recovery. She sees this as a way to give back the kindness and support they received during their toughest times. Sarah becomes an inspiration to other patients and hospital staff, showing that with determination and support, it is possible to overcome even the most difficult challenges. Ethan, now more confident and inspired than ever, continues to excel in school. He becomes a role model for his peers, always willing to help those who are facing difficulty. His relationship with Dr. Carter evolves, and the doctor treats him like a family member. Dr. Carter continues to support Ethan, encouraging him to dream big and never forget the values that brought him this far. Ethan also decides to get involved in charity work, helping other young people who are in situations similar to what he experienced. He organizes fundraisers for underprivileged families and participates in community events, always remembering that it was a simple yet powerful choice that changed his life. At a surprise celebration organized by the townspeople, Ethan and Sarah are honored for their courage and determination. During the event, Dr. Carter makes a surprising announcement. He has decided to create a foundation in Ethan's name, dedicated to helping children from low-income families gain access to education and medical. The announcement is met with applause and tears of emotion from everyone present. Sarah, deeply moved, thanks everyone, especially Dr. Carter, for believing in her and her son. Ethan, now more aware of the impact of his actions, promises to continue fighting for a better world where more children can have the same opportunity he had. 5 years pass since the day Ethan returned Dr. Carter's wallet. Now, he is an 18-year-old young man about to graduate from high school with honors. Ethan has become a symbol of perseverance and integrity in his community, and his future is bright. With the scholarships he earned, he is preparing to enter university, where he plans to study medicine, inspired by Dr. Carter and his mother's journey. The foundation created in Ethan's name has grown impressively over the years. It has helped hundreds of children receive quality education and medical care, changing many lives, just as Ethan's was transformed. The foundation has become a symbol of hope and a beacon of kindness, spreading Ethan's story beyond the city's limits, inspiring people across the country. Sarah, now healthy and working as a nursing assistant at the local hospital, is a beloved figure by everyone. She dedicates her time to caring for patients with the same compassion she received during the most difficult moments of her life. Moreover, she continues to be a loving mother and a close friend to Maria and Dr. Carter, who have become an integral part of her family. Ethan reflects on his journey and realizes that, although life presented him with difficult challenges, each obstacle was an opportunity to grow and learn. He acknowledges that the choices we make, even the small ones, can have profound and lasting impact. The honesty, love, and courage he has shown over the years have shaped not only his own future, also the future of many others. On his graduation day, Ethan is the valedictorian. He tells his story once again, not as a memory of the past, but as an example of what can be achieved with determination and kindness. His words deeply touch everyone present, especially the younger ones, who see in Ethan a role model. At the end of his speech, Ethan dedicates his graduation to his mother, Dr. Carter, and everyone who believed in him. He promises to keep working hard, not just to fulfill his own dreams, but to ensure that other children have the same opportunities he had. As everyone applauds, Ethan feels a wave of emotion. He looks at his mother, Maria, and Dr. Carter in the audience, all smiling proudly. Ethan knows that his journey is just beginning, but he is ready for whatever comes next. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories like this. And share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think about this journey of overcoming. Your participation is very important. Let's play a little game with those who only read the comments. They won't understand. Comment pizza. Only those who get to the end will understand.